Aging isn't just about physical changes, it's about transformation. And one of the most undeniable signs that you're aging like fine wine, confidence. Not just any confidence, but a deep, unshakable, effortlessly magnetic confidence that only comes with experience, wisdom, and self-awareness. Think back to your younger years. How many times did you second-guess yourself? How often did you hesitate to speak your mind because you worried about what others would think? Maybe you overanalyzed situations, spent too much time seeking approval, or felt unsure about your choices. But now you walk into a room with a quiet, undeniable presence. You don't need to prove anything to anyone because you already know your worth. And that's the thing. Confidence at this stage of life is different. It's not loud or performative. It's not about showing off or dominating conversations. It's about certainty. It's about carrying yourself in a way that says, I know who I am. I know what I bring to the table, and I don't need validation to feel good about myself. Where does this confidence come from? It comes from experience. You've seen enough, done enough, and been through enough to understand what really matters. When you were younger, you might have worried about fitting in, impressing the right people, or making decisions that others approved of. But as you've aged, you've realized that the only approval that truly matters is your own. It comes from overcoming challenges. You've faced setbacks, disappointments, and failures, but instead of breaking you, they've shaped you. You've learned to navigate obstacles, recover from mistakes, and come out stronger. Every tough situation you've endured has added another layer to your confidence. You don't crumble under pressure, you adapt. And that kind of resilience? It's powerful. It comes from knowing yourself. When you were younger, you might have struggled with self-doubt. You weren't always sure of what you wanted, what you deserved, or how to get it. But now, you know exactly what you stand for. You understand your strengths, you accept your flaws, and you don't waste time pretending to be someone you're not. There's a freedom in that, a kind of effortless self-assurance that others can sense the moment they meet you. How this confidence manifests in your life, your presence is stronger. Confidence isn't just about what you say. It's about how you carry yourself. It's in your posture, your eye contact, your handshake. It's in the way you walk into a room and immediately command attention. Not because you're trying to, but because your energy is undeniable. You don't fidget or slouch the way you might have in your younger years. You stand tall, look people in the eye, and project a quiet authority that draws others in. When you speak, people listen, not because you're the loudest, but because your words carry weight. You trust your instincts. Remember all those times when you ignored your gut feeling and regretted it later? That doesn't happen anymore. You've learned to trust yourself. Your instincts have been sharpened by experience, and you no longer need to second-guess every decision. Whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal life, you make choices with clarity and conviction. You don't waste time overanalyzing or seeking constant reassurance from others. You assess the situation, make your move, and move forward with confidence. You're not bothered by others' opinions. One of the biggest changes that comes with aging like fine wine is that you stop caring about what people think, at least, not in the same way you used to. You've realized that no matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. So why waste time worrying about it? When you were younger, negative comments or criticism might have stung. Now, you take them in stride. You understand the difference between constructive feedback and useless negativity. You listen to advice when it's valuable, but you don't let random opinions shake your confidence. You know how to set boundaries. Confidence isn't just about how you carry yourself. It's also about how you protect your energy. When you were younger, you might have struggled with saying no. You might have overcommit, tolerated toxic relationships, or put up with situations that drained you. Now, you don't hesitate to set boundaries. You know your time is valuable, and you're not afraid to protect it. You surround yourself with people who respect you, and you walk away from situations that no longer serve you. And here's the best part. You don't feel guilty about it. You understand that taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Your relationships have improved. Confidence changes the way you interact with people. Because you no longer feel the need to impress or seek validation, your relationships become more authentic. You attract people who respect you, admire you, and appreciate you for who you are, not for who you're trying to be. In friendships, you no longer tolerate one-sided dynamics. In romantic relationships, you exude a level of self-assurance that's incredibly attractive. You don't chase, you choose. And that, in itself, makes you irresistible. You've stopped apologizing for who you were when you were younger. You might have downplayed your achievements, softened your opinions, or held back parts of yourself to fit in. But now, you own who you are. You speak your mind. You stand tall in your accomplishments. You don't shrink yourself to make others comfortable. And that's the essence of true confidence. It's not about arrogance. It's about authenticity. It's about embracing everything that makes you unique and refusing to apologize for it. Confidence is attractive. At any age, if you ever doubt that you're aging like fine wine, just remember this. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. And the kind of confidence you have now, it's rare. It's valuable. It's magnetic. It's why some of the most admired and respected individuals in the world aren't in their 20s, they're older. Because confidence, real confidence, takes time to develop. So, the next time you catch yourself standing a little taller, speaking a little more boldly, or making a decision without hesitation, take a moment to appreciate it. You've earned this confidence. It's a sign that you're not just aging, you're thriving. And that, my friend, is the first sign that you're stepping into your silver fox status. Aging isn't just about gaining wisdom and confidence. It's about refining your appearance in ways that younger people can't compete with. You might not even notice it because you see yourself every day, but the truth is, you're looking better than ever. It's not about having the smoothest skin or the most youthful features. It's about a presence, a sharpness, a refinement that only comes with age. Think about it. When you were younger, you might have struggled to find the right style, the right haircut, the right look that suited you best. You experimented with trends, made some questionable fashion choices, and maybe even felt insecure about your appearance. But now you know exactly what works for you. You don't chase every new style that comes along. You've mastered the art of looking effortlessly good. And that's the difference. When you see a well-dressed younger person, you can tell they're trying. They're putting in effort to look cool, stylish, or attractive. But when a person who is truly aged like fine wine walks into a room, their appearance speaks for itself. They don't look like they're trying. They just look right. Your hair might have changed over the years. Maybe it's graying, maybe it's thinning, maybe it's got that distinguished salt and pepper look. But instead of fighting it, you've learned to embrace it. And what happens when you embrace it? You stand out. Silver foxes have a timeless, classic appeal that younger men and women simply can't replicate. There's a reason why actors like George Clooney, Idris Elba, and Daniel Craig only got better with age. It's because they learned how to refine their look, instead of chasing youth. Your face tells a story now. The sharp angles, the defined jawline, the character in your eyes. It's all a result of the years you've lived. Younger people might have smooth skin, but what they lack is depth. Their faces haven't seen enough of the world yet. But you? Your face carries experience, resilience, and a certain kind of quiet strength that makes you far more attractive than you ever were in your 20s. And then there's the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you put yourself together in a way that exudes style without trying too hard. In your younger years, you might have followed every fashion trend, worried about whether your clothes were cool enough, or experimented with things that didn't really suit you. But now you know exactly what works. You found your personal style, and it enhances everything about you. Your posture is better. Your movements are more deliberate. You don't fidget, you don't slouch, and you don't try to impress people with flashy clothing or over-the-top accessories. You've mastered the art of looking good without effort. That's why people notice you. That's why, when you walk into a room, you don't blend in. You stand out. And let's talk about fitness. Maybe you've started taking better care of yourself in ways you never did before. Maybe you've developed a workout routine that keeps you strong and lean. Maybe you've adjusted your diet to fuel your body instead of just eating whatever's convenient. Or maybe you've simply learned how to take care of your skin, your hair, and your overall health in a way that younger people don't think about yet. Regardless of how you got here, the result is the same. You look better than ever, and people notice. One of the biggest signs that you're aging like fine wine is that younger people actually start to look up to you. They might not say it out loud, but they see something in you that they want to have when they get older. They notice the confidence in your posture, the sharpness in your style, and the quiet strength in your appearance. They might try to imitate it, but they won't get it quite right, because what you have only comes with time. And that's the beauty of it. When you're younger, you spend so much time trying to prove yourself, trying to be seen, trying to be noticed. But when you reach a certain point, you no longer have to try. You walk into a room, and people naturally gravitate toward you. Your appearance isn't about youth anymore. It's about presence. So, if you've ever doubted whether you're still attractive, let this be your proof. You're not just aging. You're refining. You're stepping into a version of yourself that looks, feels, and presents better than ever. The next time you catch your reflection in the mirror, take a good look. You might not see the changes day by day, but trust me, others do. And what they see, it's a person who is truly aged like fine wine. There's something magnetic about a person who exudes quiet confidence. It's not the loud, attention-seeking bravado of youth, nor is it the insecure need for validation that many people struggle with in their younger years. It's something different, something refined, something powerful. And if you're aging like fine wine, you've probably noticed it in yourself, even if you don't realize just how much others notice it too. Confidence isn't just about what you say. It's about how you carry yourself, how you enter a room, how you engage in conversations, and how you handle challenges. Younger people might try to fake confidence by talking loudly, dressing in flashy ways, or showing off their achievements. But true confidence? It's quiet. It's composed. It doesn't need to announce itself. Think about the way you handle situations now compared to when you were younger. Maybe back then, you worried about saying the right thing, impressing the right people, or proving yourself in every interaction. But now you don't chase validation. You are validation. You don't try to force your presence into a conversation, yet people naturally turn to you when you speak. You've reached a level where your words carry weight, not because you demand attention, but because you don't waste them on things that don't matter. That's what makes someone truly magnetic. It's not about always being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the one people listen to when you decide to speak. And it's not just about talking. It's about presence. When you walk into a room, do people take notice? Not because of flashy clothes or loud behavior, but because of the way you hold yourself. Your posture is strong, your movements are deliberate, and your energy is commanding without being overbearing. You've learned how to read situations, how to navigate social dynamics, how to remain composed under pressure. And because of that, people naturally gravitate toward you. They trust you. They respect you. But here's the interesting part. You might not even notice this shift in yourself, because confidence isn't something that comes all at once. It builds over time, shaping itself through experience, through trials, through victories and failures alike. The person you are today isn't the same as the person you were 10, 20 years ago. And that's a good thing. Because when you age like fine wine, you don't just get older, you get better. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance. It doesn't mean you think you're better than everyone else. It simply means that you know yourself. You know your strengths, you know your worth, and most importantly, you don't waste time proving it to people who don't matter. That's one of the clearest signs that you've truly grown into your own power. You've stopped seeking approval from everyone around you. You no longer waste energy worrying about what people think, because you've realized that most of the time, people are too caught up in their own insecurities to be judging yours. And here's the kicker. This level of confidence makes you incredibly attractive. It's why younger people might try to copy your style, your demeanor, your attitude, because they see something in you that they want for themselves. They might not be able to articulate it, but they feel it. They recognize that you carry yourself differently than others, that you don't need external validation, that you move through life with purpose, clarity, and control. And that's the essence of aging like fine wine. It's not just about looking better, it's about being better. So if you ever doubt whether you're still making an impact, just pay attention to how people respond to you. Notice the way they lean in when you speak. Notice how your presence shifts the energy in a room. Notice how, without even trying, you command attention simply by being yourself. That's confidence. That's power. That's aging like fine wine. There's something about a person who ages like fine wine that goes beyond just their confidence or mindset. It's in the way they present themselves. Their style isn't dictated by trends or fads, nor do they desperately try to keep up with what's popular just to feel relevant. Instead, they've honed a look that is theirs, a style that fits their personality, enhances their presence, and elevates them in a way that feels effortless. And that's the key. Effortless. When you were younger, you might have experimented with different looks, trying to figure out what worked for you. Maybe you followed fashion trends religiously, buying into whatever was in at the time, even if it didn't quite suit you. But as you've aged, something has changed. You've developed a sense of style that doesn't rely on what's trendy, it relies on you. It's not about dressing young. It's not about trying to recapture some past version of yourself. It's about knowing what works for you and owning it. Look at some of the most stylish people in the world. Actors, entrepreneurs, creatives, or even that one friend who always looks effortlessly put together. What do they have in common? Their style isn't forced. It isn't about trying too hard. It's about consistency and authenticity. And when you've reached a stage in life where you're aging like fine wine, your style follows suit. You've found what fits you best, whether it's a well-tailored blazer, a classic leather jacket, a crisp button-down, or the perfect pair of jeans that always make you look sharp. You've figured out what colors flatter you, what cuts suit your body, and what details make you stand out. But most importantly, you've embraced the idea that less is more. When you were younger, style might have meant layering on accessories, experimenting with wild patterns, or wearing things simply because they were trendy. Now, you know that true style is about refinement. It's about selecting the right pieces, not the most pieces. It's about investing in quality over quantity, because you've learned that looking good isn't about having a closet full of clothes, but about having a few key pieces that make you look and feel your best. And the best part? You don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. You don't dress for attention. You don't seek validation through clothing. You dress for yourself. Because when you look in the mirror, you see someone who knows exactly who they are. Your grooming habits have likely evolved too. You know what haircut works best for you, what facial hair, if any, suits you, and how to maintain a polished appearance without overcomplicating things. You don't chase the latest hair trends, but you also don't let yourself go. You take care of yourself, not because you're trying to impress others, but because you respect yourself. And that respect for yourself is what makes your style so powerful. People notice when someone takes care of themselves, not in an obsessive, insecure way, but in a way that radiates self-assurance. When you walk into a room, you don't need to be dressed in flashy designer labels to command attention. Your presence does that for you. The way your clothes fit, the way you carry yourself, the way you've curated a look that's distinctly yours, it all speaks volumes without you having to say a word. This is the difference between those who try too hard to look young and those who simply look timeless. You've seen people who chase youth in all the wrong ways, wearing clothes that don't suit them, trying to dress like someone half their age, or holding on to outdated styles that don't work anymore. But when you've mastered the art of aging like fine wine, you don't fall into that trap. Instead, you embrace a look that evolves with you. Because true style doesn't fade, it adapts. And the irony? By not trying to look younger, you end up looking better. People will compliment you, sometimes without even realizing why. They'll say things like, "You always look so put together. You've got such a cool vibe. I love your style. It just works." And that's because you've tapped into something deeper than fashion. You've embraced a style that matches who you are. A style that isn't about pretending to be something you're not, but about enhancing who you already are. That's the essence of aging like fine wine. You don't need to fight the passage of time. You work with it. You refine yourself, you elevate your look, and in doing so, you create an aura that others can't help but admire. And the best part? You're only getting better with time. One of the most notable characteristics of someone who's aging like fine wine is their undeniable confidence. But not the kind of loud, attention-seeking confidence you may associate with youth. No, the confidence that comes with maturity is quiet, subtle, and yet incredibly powerful. It's the kind of confidence that exudes from within, not because of flashy outward displays, but because of the quiet assurance in their own skin. As you age, you begin to shed the need to prove yourself to anyone. In your younger years, you might have been more concerned about impressing others, whether through your accomplishments, your appearance, or even your social circles. But as time passes, you realize something profound. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. This shift in mindset is the hallmark of someone who's aging gracefully. Instead of seeking validation from the outside world, you derive confidence from within. You know who you are, and more importantly, you know what you bring to the table. Your experiences have shaped you, and you've come to a place where you no longer feel the need to prove your worth. You've accomplished enough, learned enough, and navigated enough challenges to understand that your value is inherent. It's not about what others think of you, but what you think of yourself. And when you reach that point, your confidence radiates effortlessly. There's a peaceful, grounded energy that surrounds someone who's truly comfortable in their own skin. Their confidence isn't based on comparisons or competition, but on the simple fact that they've embraced who they are, flaws and all. They've learned that perfection is overrated, and authenticity is far more powerful. This doesn't mean that someone who's aging like fine wine is immune to self-doubt or struggles with insecurities. It simply means that over time, they've learned to handle those moments with grace. They don't allow fleeting doubts to define them or overshadow their self-worth. Instead, they acknowledge the doubt, learn from it, and move forward with the knowledge that they are more than enough, just as they are. What's more, this calm, collected confidence has a ripple effect on those around you. When you're confident in yourself, you naturally inspire others to feel more confident in themselves as well. Your calm demeanor has a grounding effect on people, and they're drawn to your ability to remain steady and composed, even in challenging situations. There's an undeniable magnetism to someone who exudes quiet confidence. It's not about being the loudest or most outgoing person in the room. It's about being the person who remains calm under pressure, who knows how to navigate difficult situations with poise, and who handles challenges with a sense of inner strength that others can't help but admire. This kind of confidence also means that you've stopped caring about things that once may have consumed you. You're no longer bogged down by the constant need to impress others, keep up with societal expectations, or live up to unrealistic standards. Instead, you've learned the value of living for yourself. You know that your worth isn't tied to external validation, and as a result, you can walk through life with your head held high, unbothered by what others think or say. There's a serenity that comes with this kind of confidence. It's not the brash, flashy kind of confidence that demands attention. It's the quiet, steady kind that commands respect. When you walk into a room, people notice not because you're trying to be noticed, but because there's something magnetic about your presence. Your confidence speaks for itself, without you needing to say a word. You've also learned that confidence doesn't mean having all the answers or being perfect. In fact, the most confident people are often those who are comfortable with uncertainty. They know that they don't need to have everything figured out, and they embrace the journey rather than stressing over the destination. This is why you rarely see people who age like fine wine getting rattled by the unexpected. They've learned to go with the flow and trust that they'll be able to handle whatever life throws at them. In fact, over time, you've likely developed an even greater sense of resilience. You've faced challenges, overcome setbacks, and weathered storms. These experiences have only strengthened your confidence because you know that no matter what happens, you have the tools to handle it. Life doesn't faze you the way it once might have because you've come to trust in your own ability to navigate the ups and downs with grace. And this calm, collected confidence extends beyond just how you handle external challenges. It also manifests in how you relate to others. You're not intimidated by other people's successes or accomplishments because you recognize that their journey is not your own. You've stopped comparing yourself to others, and you've come to the realization that everyone is on their own unique path. This allows you to celebrate the success of others without feeling threatened or insecure. Instead, you can genuinely appreciate their victories while simultaneously being proud of your own. There's a profound freedom in this kind of confidence. You no longer feel the need to compete, to prove, or to chase after anything. Instead, you can simply be. And that's when you truly start to shine. People are naturally drawn to your calm and collected presence. They feel at ease in your company because your confidence creates a sense of security. When they're with you, they feel like everything will be okay because you radiate that energy. It's the kind of confidence that reassures others, that makes them feel like they're in capable hands. This is the confidence that comes with age and wisdom. It's the kind of confidence that doesn't need to shout for attention because it's already been earned. It's quiet, but it's powerful. And when you exude this kind of calm confidence, it's impossible not to admire. As you continue to age like fine wine, this confidence will only deepen. You'll become more comfortable in your own skin, more at ease with who you are, and more sure of what you bring to the world. And as a result, you'll continue to inspire and influence those around you, simply by being yourself. One of the most striking signs that you're aging like fine wine is the way you handle life's challenges. As you grow older, you inevitably encounter a wide range of obstacles, from personal difficulties to career setbacks, health issues, or loss. While these challenges may differ in nature and intensity, one thing remains constant: your ability to face them with grace and resilience. When you're young, it's easy to get overwhelmed by life's challenges. You might react impulsively, make rash decisions, or let your emotions dictate your responses. But as time passes, you begin to develop a sense of perspective. You've experienced enough to know that difficult times are temporary, that setbacks are part of the journey, and that every challenge presents an opportunity for growth. The wisdom that comes with age allows you to approach problems with a clear, calm mind. You no longer panic when things don't go according to plan. Instead, you take a step back, assess the situation, and think through your options before making any decisions. This ability to maintain composure in the face of adversity is a clear sign of someone who is aging with grace. You've also learned that challenges don't define you. It's not the obstacles you face, but how you respond to them that matters. You've learned not to take things personally or let hardships define your sense of self-worth. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, but you've come to understand that these setbacks are just part of the bigger picture, a picture that is still unfolding. When you encounter a challenge, you take it in stride. You might feel disappointment, frustration, or sadness, and that's okay. But you don't let these feelings consume you. You acknowledge them, allow yourself to process them, and then you move forward. This ability to keep going, even when things aren't easy, is one of the hallmarks of someone who is aging like fine wine. As you've aged, you've also learned to trust yourself more. You've faced enough challenges to know that you have the inner strength to handle whatever comes your way. Even in the toughest of times, you trust your instincts, and you trust your ability to find a way through the storm. This sense of self-trust is incredibly empowering. It gives you the confidence to take risks, try new things, and embrace life's uncertainties without fear. You're no longer afraid to fail because you've come to realize that failure is not the end of the road. It's simply a lesson, an opportunity to grow and learn. Each setback you've faced has only strengthened your resolve, and you now approach challenges with a mindset of resilience and optimism. Furthermore, you've become more strategic in how you handle problems. As you age, you become more adept at looking at the bigger picture. Instead of getting bogged down in the details, you learn to take a step back and evaluate situations from a broader perspective. This ability to look beyond the immediate issue and focus on the long-term solution is a key indicator that you're aging with wisdom. Life is no longer about reacting impulsively. It's about responding thoughtfully. You've learned to approach every challenge with a sense of calm and measured consideration, which not only helps you find better solutions, but also allows you to remain grounded and composed, no matter how difficult the situation may be. Moreover, the longer you live, the more you realize that you're not alone in facing challenges. Over the years, you've developed a deep understanding of human nature and the common struggles that everyone faces. This empathy allows you to navigate difficult situations with a level of compassion and understanding that younger individuals may not yet possess. Whether it's offering support to a friend who's going through a tough time or managing a work crisis with a sense of calm professionalism, you approach challenges with a clear sense of empathy. You know that people are complex and that everyone's struggles are valid. This understanding allows you to connect with others on a deeper level and navigate difficult situations with compassion. One of the most important aspects of aging gracefully is the ability to accept life's inevitable changes. As you grow older, you become more adept at handling change and uncertainty. You no longer fear the unknown. Instead, you embrace it with curiosity and openness. This mindset shift allows you to navigate life's transitions, whether it's a career change, a move to a new city, or a shift in personal relationships, with confidence and ease. This acceptance of change also helps you deal with losses, whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or the passing of a life stage. While these losses are undoubtedly painful, you've learned that they are part of the natural cycle of life. You've come to understand that life is about ebb and flow, and that each ending makes way for a new beginning. Another key factor in navigating challenges with grace is your ability to ask for help when needed. Aging doesn't mean doing everything on your own. In fact, as you age like fine wine, you recognize the importance of support systems. You know that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. It shows that you're self-aware enough to recognize when you need assistance and confident enough to seek it out without shame. Whether it's reaching out to a trusted friend, seeking professional guidance, or delegating tasks when necessary, you've learned that there's no shame in leaning on others. You're not afraid to admit that you can't do it all, and you know that asking for help is not only a way to lighten your load, but also a way to strengthen your relationships and build a sense of community. One of the most remarkable aspects of aging with grace is the way you come to understand that life is an unpredictable journey, and that it's not about avoiding challenges, but about learning how to navigate them. You understand that the twists and turns of life are inevitable, and instead of fearing them, you embrace them with the confidence that you can handle whatever comes your way. You've come to appreciate the beauty in the struggle, the growth that comes from overcoming obstacles, and the strength that emerges from facing adversity head-on. As you age like fine wine, you've developed a resilience and inner peace that allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace and poise. In fact, many people admire your ability to face adversity with such calm and collected energy. You inspire others not by the way you avoid challenges, but by the way you handle them. You show people that it's possible to endure hardship without losing your sense of self or your ability to remain grounded. As you age, you also learn to give yourself grace. You're not perfect, and you've made your share of mistakes. But you've come to accept that mistakes are part of the process and that they don't define you. Instead of being harsh with yourself, you show yourself the same compassion that you offer to others. You've learned that self-compassion is a key part of aging gracefully, and it's this compassion that allows you to navigate life's challenges with ease and confidence. So, as you move forward in life, continue to trust yourself, lean into your resilience, and embrace the challenges that come your way. Because the more gracefully you face life's ups and downs, the more you'll continue to age like fine wine. This is the final sign. Navigating life's challenges with grace and resilience is a true sign that you're aging like fine wine. Aging is often seen as something to be feared or resisted, but when you embrace the signs of aging, you begin to see the beauty in the process. Much like fine wine, the passage of time brings out the best in you, making you wiser, more resilient, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. Every gray hair, every wrinkle, every change in your body tells the story of a life well lived, filled with experiences that have shaped who you are today. As we've seen through the 6 signs of aging like fine wine, from embracing the strength of your inner confidence to handling life's challenges with grace, aging is not something to dread, but something to celebrate. It's a sign of growth, not just in age, but in wisdom, perspective, and emotional intelligence. You've learned that time doesn't diminish your value. It enhances it. The years you've accumulated have made you more empathetic, more grounded, and more adept at navigating life's ups and downs. The best part is that you may not even see these changes right away. They're subtle, a quiet transformation that happens within. Others may notice the difference before you do, and it's in these moments that you truly realize you are aging like fine wine. So, continue to embrace every moment, every lesson, and every sign of aging with grace. Remember that aging is a privilege, and the journey you're on is one to be proud of. Just like a bottle of exquisite wine, you get better with time. You are becoming more refined, more seasoned, and, most importantly, more yourself than ever before. As you move forward, always carry with you the knowledge that age doesn't define you. It's how you live each day, how you learn, grow, and continue to embrace the passage of time that shapes who you are and who you'll become. Cheers to the beautiful journey of aging like fine wine.